Glenwood City Council meeting, June 20th, 2024.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the wonderful things you do for us, and thank you for protecting us in life. Be with us with conduct city business tonight. Do it in your will, and these things we ask in your name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call.
Jimmy?
Here.
Alan?
Here.
Chris?
Here.
All right, minutes of May 20th meeting or first. Ryan had typed these up from his notes. So he's got them, he completed them.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Jimmy?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Alan? Yes.
All right. Next is a special meeting to approve May 31st, minutes. That was a special meeting. And Brenda did those notes, got enough to do those minutes for me. I didn't work
I'll
on that.
make the motion on this.
Alan made a motion, have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Jimmy?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Alan? Yes.
Get mine back. Oh, they're still.
There's good sign.
Pay attention, I'm signing on the wrong line.
Did you? Gee, I just signed.
Sign above. These are. Y'all all
I
did.
didn't?
No, we tabled it last month.
No, your name. No, we
Oh, I
got
signed
that.
it in my block.
I couldn't remember. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's all signed from. Yeah, because we want to approve you.
So it really ain't my fault when you don't release it.
Yeah, I like the line.
All right, financials, you just got them done today. I looked down just a few minutes ago, everything looks pretty much in line. hopefully he'll get here a little earlier next month and we can get it. I told him only next month before we already budget.
Is there anything notable on this, that stands out?
It's kind of weird, we didn't get them before. They get to look over and over.
He didn't get them ready till, he was here today and got them, what time to get them ready? I saw them.
We tabled last month's financials, did we not?
No, y'all finally did that one.
No, we haven't.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we've had.
Yeah, y'all
I
finally
was
did
thinking we
one.
practically done one and tabled the other.
Then y'all went ahead and
Okay.
passed it.
Yeah, it'll be in the deal there, yeah.
It is.
I know this is what it is, but I make a motion to table this one.
I'll say
Somebody
that.
look it over.
Okay. A motion second table,
Alan second. Okay, Jimmy,
Yeah.
Chris,
Yes.
Alan.
Yes.
Y'all
Okay.
sure we should bring those back?
I will.
David?
Leave it here.
Well, you take them home with you.
we don't have to bring them back if you vote on them, you know, you just know you'll vote on them.
Yeah, I'm saying I'll be back in the office.
All right. Resolution 2405 is to accept treasurer report, treasurer reporter Brian Brady's resignation and then we need to get a committee to, look to fill that position and also the Kerrie's position when we get to it. But, and we do have signed, they've got their signed,
Resignation.
resignation with you. They've got them actually behind, but you need.
I'll make a motion to approve, to accept Ryan's resignation.
We'll second that.
Motion to accept resolution 2405.
Oh, well, I mean, you wanna do the, don't you accept?
Or did they accept the resolution or do
You accept the resignation first.
Accept the resignation, okay.
Resolution first.
resignation first?
Well, it's accepted.
Is it?
Resignation.
It's a resolution to accept, so you just accept it.
There you go, well, I make a motion to accept the resolution.
Who wants to read resolution 24? Second to that?
I second.
Who wants to read the resolution?
Yeah.
I don't think I agree with it, but I'll try. A resolution to accept city treasurer recorder Ryan Brady's resignation, creating an ad hoc city treasurer, recorder position, recruitment person. Whereas city Glenwood Councilman, accepts the resignation of Ryan Brady, city treasurer, recorder position, effective May 31st, 2024. Whereas Glenwood City Council is now Mayor Park accept applications, replacement for the city treasurer, recorder position. Whereas Glenwood City Council wants to review the appointment of dates of city Glenwood treasurer, recorder Park, South Code 1442-103 at the next council, regular council meeting. Now therefore be it resolved that the city of Glenwood City Council accept Ryan Brady's resignation of the position of city treasurer recorder, the foregoing resolution presented by Mayor William Wyler and supported by Glenwood City Council approval.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Jimmy?
Yeah. Do we need to remake that?
Yes.
motion?
Yes.
Did we get a copy of that? I can't hear y'all.
Can we get you a copy of it? I don't have one right now.
You'll have to go come by the office so you get one.
Alan, can you speak up a little bit louder?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Speak up.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't got my reading license,
Oh.
I'm coming home, I'm sure.
Let me read the name.
That's not good, Alan.
Huh?
Did you call? Roll call.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Had a
is.
roll call.
Here you go, you can have these, Rick. I don't need them.
I make a motion, we accept the resolution to accept, resolution number 24-06.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Do I have a second?
Jimmy.
Jimmy second. Who wants to read it?
I will, I guess. Resolution 2406, a resolution to accept city council Kerrie Brady's resignation and create a open city council position for North person. Whereas Glenwood City Council hereby accepts the resignation of Kerrie Brady's city council position North 2 effective May 31st, 2024. Whereas Glenwood City Council wishes to have Mayor Plyler accept applications for replacement of the city position North 2. Whereas Glenwood City Council wishes to review the appointment of the vacancy of City Council position North 2 per code 1442-103 at the next regular council meeting. Now therefore be it resolved that the Glenwood City Council accepts Kerrie Brady's resignation of position of council North 2. foregoing resolution was presented by Mayor Fowler and supported by Glenwood City Council for approval.
Roll call.
Want me to read it out or talk?
Oh, you're doing good.
Jimmy? I'm roll calling.
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Alan?
Yes.
You saying we explain it? And get a copy for your copy for this.
Right there, too. Yes, sir.
All right, if y'all see anybody wanting those, the recorder treasurer's position will go to the end of the year. And then that position will be up for election in November election. The city, clerks, the alderman position will be it'll go for the rest of this year plus 2 more years.
Was David supposed to be here tonight to go over this, or?
He was, if he's not here yet, we'll go on.
Right.
If not, I can tell you what, to the best of my, I'll go over. He had a slideshow he wanted to show, he brought all this in,
He was good in here, he came
Yeah.
through the office, great.
but that's, both,
You signed, we
give
signed.
me,
our-
how many, one that you did.
Okay, like, we're separated out there. I'm like, they're not-
All right,
I just make a motion to table number 7, move on.
he's gotta get that, done, because it's a grant.
Yeah.
I mean, we can table.
Let's push it to the end of the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next thing, that is basically just for information. I've signed it and sent it in. That's just your, it's the bond work for the bonds now, you have to send, sales tax report in each year with the new bonds we got. And if you look at that, it's just, all it is just a very simple, last 5 years, what the sales tax has brought in. And you have to send that in to make sure your bonds are solid. And so actually, your lawyer fills this out for you, and you sign it, and you give it to her, and she filled it out and sent it to him, and signed it, and sent it back in. She sends it back in. She fills it out, she sends it in, so.
This is the Sarah that's here sitting. on
Yes,
there.
yeah, yeah, that's her. So there's really nothing to vote on there, I just want y'all to know that that's something that has to be done every year. And, it's done, and we were doing it before, weren't you?
Yes,
David, you're up here. You wanna do him now since he's here?
yeah.
Yeah, I would like to note our revenues up, partially due to inflation, partially due to the bill, partially due to different reasons, but $826,013.55 in a combination of reasons, but it helps for sure on that. That's based off of 2019, there's nothing to do with that change.
Nope. All right. We have a grant, from a heritage grant for the depot that David's been working on. And he wanted to come explain it. We're going to, that bid will have to be put out to bid. David's got the list he wants to go over, and kind of explain to y'all how, he wants to bid it. I told him to bid it in, it's $18,000. And he's got several projects he wants to do, and I'm gonna have him bid it with deductible alternates, so if he goes over the money, he don't have to rebid it, and he can do the jobs he can get done. So, David, you got the floor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor and council,
Extra copies.
gallery.
They need to have
If anybody wants to know what David's talking about, there you go.
So, give me just a second. Get this going here. Council meeting at 6 or 6:30?
6.
6. Sorry.
Well, what is up to you, for anything we do?
second. So, where would you like to start?
You wanna go with the grant, is that what you wanna go with?
That's one of the things to talk about.
So, I guess, let's start here. Y'all are aware, the council is aware that I've been working on the Arkansas Historic Preservation Program grant since last fall. We got the grant. It's an $18,000 grant. The AHPP, Arkansas Historic Preservation Program grant, furnishes 2/3 of that money. The council has agreed to furnish the other third, so we're good for up to 18.
Chamber.
Did I say council?
Yeah. Chamber.
Chamber. The chamber is good for the other third, which would be $6,000, I believe. So we're good for 18K, and the city, we applied for this grant through the city because, I won't say the reason, but the city was very gracious to do that, and thank you, city, for helping with that. And it will be administered, the grant will be administered by city and AHPP. I'm working very closely with the mayor and Brenda on the grant. They've seen this proposal and they like what they see, correct?
Yep.
And they've been great to work with. Again, thank you, city. We're gonna get this thing done. So we are proposing, Brenda suggested, the city clerk suggested that the council vote on this since money is moving around and we have to, pre-approve everything we do with AHPP. We do it, we file for the money, and the contractors get paid. Now let's back up another step.
David, if I missed, what's the grant
Let me
for?
finish
What's the grant
let me
for?
finish the presentation, then I'll take questions, okay?
It's on the railroad to boost, yeah, you're right, David.
The depot down there.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
So,
Missed that
So we're talking about the railroad depot, not built in 1905, and
You've done a fine job on that, let me say.
well, I got a bunch of pictures to
Well,
show.
I'm talking about the places looking a lot nicer.
Thank you, Alan. Worked very hard on it.
I
and,
see you sitting in your truck pointing at them guys.
Well, we, okay. So we have to, we being the city and I and the chamber, I suppose. By the way, the chamber is 100% backing this as well. Chamber president met with Linda, Bill, and I about a week ago, and we're all on the same page on this. We made a few corrections that the city requested that are in here. These are the bid specifications. So I'll go over those with you. Everybody got a copy?
Yes.
Bid one is to paint the exterior of the depot. I won't go in, you can read these for yourself. If you have any questions, I'll take those.
You want me to mirror that for you right quick or not? You want me to mirror your screen for you?
I sure do.
Let me see if I can do that quick.
Here's directions.
Yeah, I ain't go copy.
No, it's not close. Now, I get that.
Yeah, it's on all that.
This tells you how to do it. And then just close that, those slide. Let's see.
Now, you might want to take some out there and see you in the text.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna see you.
you go from here. I got to leave my pictures.
That's a little too much.
Go to photos. Yeah, okay, you got it. Thank you, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm glad you did that. IT is not my fault.
You scroll down.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Okay.
I can't really see it that good. Can we turn on some,
May have to
maybe
move
another
closer.
light?
You hit your video, there you
I'm working on
That's good. That's good. Thank you.
Okay,
it. Yeah.
almost there.
Sometimes you get hit.
go. You see that good?
Let's start right there. So, back to here, here's where we're at. Bid specifications. We're requesting the council approve these to where we want the full support of the city. The city's doing this, I guess. So, anyway, everything's transparent here. And these are bid specifications. Bid one is to paint the exterior of the building. Bid two is to add a ceiling, which I'll show you in just a few minutes. Okay? In the museum part of the depot, there is no ceiling in half of it. And it's impossible to heat and cool. So we're adding a ceiling. Plywood has graciously donated the insulation and some building wrap to go on top of the ceiling. West John's Lumber Company has donated all the lumber for that, so this is labor only. Okay. Bid three, pressure wash and paint the caboose. Okay. While I'm on that subject, you mind hitting the lights just for a second, please? Let me go to that picture of the caboose, that'll help you understand. Okay, there's what the caboose looks like now. Okay, here we go. Here's what the caboose looked like when it arrived. That was about 2006 or 7. And you see, this is that's the original industrial green color of the caboose. We're gonna go back to that color. It's very hard to see, but it'll be an industrial green, and we have a set of decals already made for both sides of it. I can put those on. It's caboose number 16. I'll put that on. We also have the original color scheme for the caboose. It's going to be on your bottom right there. That's what we want it to look like, because that's what it originally looked like. That's Ashley Drew, the Northern Railway Company out of Southeast Arkansas, was the owner of that caboose. So that we're gonna try to go back to the way it started out. So, and then finally, to stain the bid 4 will be to stain the rails on the deck. We got a new deck. That is a composite premium floor that you're looking at there. That was donated by Yellowwood, Glen Southern. The labor for all that, above the railing and below, was donated by Mr. Clay Crump and Betty Crump. Labor and the wood. You may be interested to know, I was attending a city council meeting. Clay just happened to be here, saw my presentation and said, I'll do that. And I said, wow, that's a $30,000 deck.
That's nice.
It's well built, it's, those are 6x6 posts and 2x8, square. It's well built. This is in the museum. I talked about the ceiling, and not being able to heat and cool. You're looking at the ceiling standing on the floor of the museum there. That's why we can't heat and cool it. A little bit more of the deck. That's the ADA ramp, Americans with Disabilities Act. I'll go through these and show you some more of the inside of the museum. So, you turn to page 2 of the bid specifications. This is the fine print. And I'll give you a moment to look over that.
Originally did this, this way, they wasn't gonna get, the money won't pay up front, it'll be paid on completion. We're not gonna get a bid bond on it. The bid bond will cost you 12% of the job, and, but you're not gonna pay them for the work till the work's complete. So, and the Heritage Foundation agreed to that. But you don't pay them till they get complete.
And inspected.
Yeah.
They pre-approve the work, you're exactly correct. AHPP will pre-approve the work. If the council passes this, I'll send, my people at AHPP a copy of this, and it'll have proof from Brenda. Brenda's gonna write a letter saying this is passed tonight or failed. And, so the work will be pre-approved by AHPP. We will do the work once we've selected the contractor. We will do the work. We will submit it to AHPP for payment. They'll come, I suppose they'll come look at it. And then they will pay the city. The city will pay the contractor.
So it says on here, the city of Glenwood reserves the right to reject any, so all the bids are gonna come to us?
This has to be open to the city.
It has to be, okay.
This is a city grant, it's a city bill.
So you could have a few bids, not everybody's gonna wanna take it all. You could have a few different bids.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's okay. Your first item on the agenda, those things built, and if you got any more money, you're gonna do the second, if you got any more money, you're gonna do the third. I seriously doubt you'll get to the fourth item.
The only thing that kinda concerns me a little bit is, some of your lower end contractors that do really good work might not be able to float a bill that long. Maybe run into it. So is there some way we could possibly, if we pass it, at least authorize a certain percentage of the sponsored materials or not sponsored, but you know what I'm saying, if they're a reputable person. I'm just saying, a lot of people can wait 60 days, so we might only get the real high dollar people.
That's part of the grant, so.
Right.
You're not
But I was
doing-
wondering
you're
if
not
the
doing
city-
the
wondering
city-
the loophole that we can,
Now, you're not doing a bid bond on this
right?
to try to get 12% more days or money. applicants. So you can't really, if you're gonna do that, then you need a bid bond. And I'm fine with bid bonds, y'all wanna go with bid bonds where you get paid for the materials delivered before the work's done. That's the way we do our big contracts. I didn't, this one was,
I say, I'm thinking let's pass it and see what happens if the bids get into a highway and rebid. Does that sound like a reasonable thing?
The city wanted it, ordered this way,
Yeah.
so I made that change.
Yeah.
Understand your point completely. Some contractors would want a draw and some would.
Correct.
So,
Most of them do today because they just, there's so many people that they just cancel or they'll clickbait something else and do too many. So most of, a lot of them do, but your real high-end ones don't, but they'll be a lot more expensive. Also,
Right.
many times, so we just see what happens, I guess.
the AHPP will do the draw if supply and pressure do it.
Yeah.
But Bill is right, you know, we can get, we're not doing it here.
Yeah.
To get, we're spending bond money on, we are requiring a work comp certificate,
Correct.
for any workers. But, your point's well taken. It's the wishes of the city, you know, I can go either way.
I'm in favor of this, and do it for a test run personally. I don't know how the rest of them, I'd be in favor of seeing what happens and see, if you start running into that problem, I guess we can go back and visit it later, huh? If the bids just come in astronomical.
If you don't like what you see and I don't like what I see, then we can reject them all.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
any other questions?
Make a motion to accept that.
I second.
Have a motion and a second to accept. Roll call, please.
Helen?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Jimmy?
Yes. We need to sign something? Huh?
No, he's going to put it up for bid. We just have to accept it, he's gonna have to put it up for bid.
I thought you had to do something.
We'll
You
get
just
you
have
that.
to email a copy.
Brandon will email that for
Yeah.
you tomorrow. Okay?
And I've talked to Brenda about, I'll need, if you guys don't mind, Mr. Mayor, Brenda, if you guys sign this, just put approved by council on the day.
You want us to all sign one, copy, right fast, and be done with it? And,
Well, that's fine. They'll just want proof that this is legit.
Okay.
I'm gonna run an approved,
You can take it, bring it with it. We can give them a copy.
I wish I had your number, I'd send you a real spicy text about right now.
You would embarrass me now.
My daughter, the reason I'm glad is that my daughter's a Bible teacher at the private school a few years ago. And was introducing herself to the class and his texts were all coming in for his wife. So I thought it's kind of funny. The kids thought it was funny.
Okay, so thank you, everybody. I'm just delighted that, you know, I'm going to stay with this thing. Thank you very much, everybody. And if you don't mind, write the date on there, and approve.
It says approved by.
Oh, does it? Okay. Thank you so much. So if I can take a couple minutes, I'll show you a few more pictures of the depot and what's been happening up there, or
Almost at 6:20.
yeah.
if I need to exit, I can exit.
Another one for our package.
What's y'all's wishes?
Yeah, let's
See a few more pictures, yeah, a few more.
Let me see. Yeah.
I can talk for 30 minutes on this, what, about 10, 15 minutes, is that too long? What do you think?
Short and sweet, let's go.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the first slide. Would you cut those lights, please? Somebody. Thank you. Okay. All right. The UFO is on the National Register of Historic Places. There's the document, first thing you see when you come in the museum. When we started, about a year ago, it was in terrible shape. You can see the rust on that sign and that pole. The deck was not safe to walk on. Stairs were held up with a halide block. And we discovered termites. So the first thing we had to do was get rid of the termites. We called in a professional exterminator, which was Lawrence out of Nashville. They got rid of the termites. There were post-powder beetles in the deck as well. They got rid of those. They had eaten the building. The foundation that the building was on was their home. So that's Mr. Elwood Massey, good friend of mine. We jacked the building up. We'd never done it before, but we thought we could do it. We did it. It went pretty good. We jacked the building up. We put a new timber in there. Repaired all those trusses. I'll show you an after picture here. There's Woody sawing out the old home of the termites. Beam is gone. In comes a new beam. The beam was extended all the way to the right, to the corner of the building. So the sign didn't work, the lights didn't work, the poles needed painted. So that's what we did. We put in a video surveillance system donated by Blackmon Oil. Inside and outside cameras on all four corners. And then we started to work on the new deck. We fixed the lights. And we have lights. I added a light there on the end that's on a photo light. Looks good at night. Putting the new siding on. Former termite home. I believe this is Pike County helping us here. We want the water to run away from the building. Water was running into the bottom of the building. We had to fix that. That's county equipment helping us out. Very generous, gracious. This is Mr. Bob Smith, a friend of mine, volunteered to fix the door where you go under the house. Crawl space door. That's a well-built door. All done except painting. Stripping about 4 coats of old rusted paint off of that railroad pole. Bob repaired all of the doors. All the doors were, you could push your hand and push right through it. He fixed all of those at no cost. And he's done. Good job. Okay. That's Kim Watson and Woody. We stripped it down to the bare metal. primed it. You'll see a picture of it here. Deck's progressing. It's primed. And there it is.
Looks good.
Well, while I'm thinking about it, the lights and the rest of the railroad signs, when they tore the cross mountain down here,
Yes.
are installed.
Oh, really?
I got them put back, I forgot to tell you, they was been laying back there, and when they started to see this, they're back there, you see that.
You want to put them up down there?
That's what I got them for.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Remember the lights on 70 out there?
Yeah.
Got all those, everything from 70 out there. One side we got, the other side Anthony, well, Anthony got, we got one side of it.
That's great. We'll get those up. Thank you. The reason those termites showed up was water was running off the ceiling, splashing onto the deck, and hitting the building. So where that happened, I went to Longview, Texas, and got some gutter that was approved by AHPP. It's historic, period-looking gutter. We got it maybe $300 or something, and then I got a company in Texarkana, Texas, to put it up for us for no cost. Some people that I've known. Okay, the deck is progressing. And the deck is progressing. Cleaning up the inside. Finished. Sign painted at no cost, it was donated. The pole painted at no cost, that was donated. I called in a lot of favors on this job. Then, we got, this is Centerpoint, schools require students to do so much community service. So Glenwood Center, Centerpoint sent a crew up there, and they helped us, about 2/3 of the day. That's a group picture. Someone donated some, really nice blinds. Okay. The deck. New deck. So then we start, on rainy days, we start working inside, and we start curating items for the inside for the museum. There's ADA grab bars there, and the step up. That's the station master's desk. That was refinished by a professional furniture refinisher in Kerrie. I forgot his name, but he did it for half price. Caddo Hills sent a crew down and built a little fence around the HVAC one day. I promised you about a year ago I would get a parking plan and define the parking lot. We've done that. If you look close there, that's where you park RVs, motorhomes. There's the depot. There's the flagpole. There's the ingress. And then these are the parking spaces. drawn as a favor from a civil engineer in Hot Springs. That's rocks for the parking area. There's crystal in those rocks. You can't see it, but those are beautiful rocks. I'm trying to wrap this thing up. We found a lot of old pictures. Anybody remember the Menlo Theater downtown? That's the Menlo Theater right there. This is some of the things we put inside. Now, on the bid, on these quotes, I mentioned a curved piece there that needs to be replaced. That's what I'm referring to right there. And one of our contractors that came over to look at the job said he can fix that, no problem. No way to heat and cool without that ceiling. Air just goes up. So we're curating. Two ladies from my church who wish to remain anonymous have spent a lot of time organizing pictures, curating pictures, framing pictures. We all have. Some of that's early downtown Glenwood. That is early Glenwood. That's the first edition of the Glenwood Herald, ever printed. Glenwood churches. This is the lobby. There is a geology exhibit. On a heavy rain, water was still running under the building, so I asked another friend, Jeremy Graves, to come back and rework that, and he did at no cost to anybody. We got the water running away from the building. Did a really good job on that. Building up a walkway and put pea gravel on it. Local industry. Okay, I'm almost done here. These are some more recent pictures of inside the museum. The Wall of Honor is right here. This over here, Glenwood Herald exhibit in this area. This is from the other direction. It looks great in here. And I would love for everybody to come by and see it. We'll have a grand opening.
It's really nice. I can get some young guy on a school project or some school to digitally archive every piece of it in there. That'd be pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff in there back when I was on the chambers. Wow, me, how much history is there.
There's a lot of Glenwood history there. This fellow right here is Mr. Herb Brogdon, a local Glenwood resident, who was at the Nuremberg trials. He was a guard. He was that fellow. The second one from the right is a Glenwood man. I don't know how to do
Just
that.
turn it on sideways.
entrance, walk on dry ground when you go in. Saw a wild rose growing out back and made a little display of it. Pink roses. We already have the blocks. The crew, Manhattan Company, building our new bridge down here, had this leftover rebar, and I made a fence with it, a road fence out front. See the fence there? With that raised rebar. That was all donated. That shows more of the fence. That's the sign we're working on. I'm requesting again that be donated by a company I've done a lot of business with. We'll see if that, they do it. It's, I should know soon on that. There's Mr. Brogdon visiting the man at the Nuremberg trials, the guard. He's visiting the site. More inside. That was built in 1957 by Carol Ray Grant, and that hung in the old Glenwood gym over the stage.
You're I graduated from high school, 1967.
This was 57.
Huh?
57,
Oh,
57.
57. Oh, you're too good for that, I'm old.
There's the gym right there. So, again, that's gonna have a ceiling put on it, and insulation. I'll take, could somebody get the lights, please? Be happy to take any questions anybody has.
David, I'd like to see some pictures of your family home store, the beginning of Blackmon, on the corner of Mountain View and Broadway. The old rock station, sat there for years and years. My mother worked there.
There's a SO exhibit in this museum. It was some old pictures.
Yeah, that takes one of it, I really would like to see it, but I remember it so vividly.
Yes.
Because every time you turned up that street, there it was.
I remember it well.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
You get ready for your laps, Billy keeps you right by his asphalt pile.
I didn't hear, I'm sorry.
Really hard.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
they actually restored it and people get the salvage for us.
Yep,
The
it's built
lights.
on the way, so
Yeah.
they're down there at the store in the back
They
warehouse.
done a good thing for us. With them lights,
Yeah,
y'all decided to look at one, move forward on that.
I'll probably put them up there where that railroad X is. That's where they were
No,
originally.
there's lights and some signs.
Is that
I don't
when
know
we
what
put
all
them
back
up,
there.
those signposts in? I mean, the new lights and stuff? Is that when we changed our all light?
They took the railroad.
No, they took railroad signs down.
Railroad down.
They took the railroad crossing sign down there. It's
Oh, you got
on-
them big.
The big lights, yeah.
They're back
We
there.
sort of went down there to see.
There's There should still be some in the barn, right?
Thank you all.
Thank you.
I think Billy's talking about the one that stood up on the side.
That's what.
Huh? Yeah, that's it. That's one. That's the one. All right, moving on. Chris wanted, every year we have to pay maintenance on the Ford main, on the census equipment. And, this is our yearly bill on that, $6,788.70, that Chris wanted y'all to have a copy of that, so it's in there. There's nothing that photo of that, that's what it is. Yeah.
What does it entail nowadays? I've been out of it too long now, I don't remember. Used to be built a lot better when I worked there. But since y'all changed everything around, I know this city used to be twice as much, if not more. But what now does all this just entail? Just this just, let's say, tech support from them and stuff like that, or what? Do we have a list of what, you know?
Software maintenance and all that on.
The annual fee that we do for census, what do they do for y'all out in the field? Most of it's.
No, I want a copy from them that shows, hey, this is what
they
it
do
covers.
for that. This is what they. So, what do they
When we
do?
sending like 12,000 a year to some company?
That's probably your, is that for your R?
This, yeah, but that's for them to keep up with it. I wanna know what all, this is not just that, it also entails tech support and some other stuff. I'd like to know what all that is.
I'm with Chris on that one.
I know this is just information, but sometime or another, if y'all could,
Yeah.
if they got a breakdown of the contract, I'd like to see a copy of it.
Okay.
Call John or Matthew.
Yeah, John or Matthew or the other person.
Okay.
I know they come down and pay for it.
They've gotta come down anyway. Gotcha.
We got a problem right there.
Okay, the next invoice, from Jenkins Travel for $77,000 is the stainless for both those clarifiers, and angle iron. That is the material on the stainless for the clarifier we're rebuilding, showed in the last month. This is the invoice paying for the stainless. I get approval on taking that.
Yeah, I'll make that motion to approve it.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Alan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Okay, the next invoice to Jenkins for $60,000 is the paint for both clarifiers, all the bolts, the stainless steel bolts for the clarifier,
No.
the post air blower, that's down at the bottom of the hill. That is the blower, you have to get they still gotta put the motor and put it in, but that's the blower itself.
He
comes
went
with
ahead
it.
and ordered everything that's gonna do both clarifiers. He is not done with both clarifiers. He's
No.
not done. He's not even done with the first one yet.
But the material, the stainless was cheaper to buy for both,
He cut us,
about 10% cheaper, so.
he cut us a big break on ordering everything at once. It saved us a lot of money. And he just carried that break on to us. He didn't keep it for himself.
And then that sandblasting and washing, the coating, that is his labor so far on that clarifier. I need a motion to accept. Y'all already approved this as a whole last month, but this is actual invoices for it.
I'll say,
Motion by Jimmy and seconded by Chris, roll call.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Alan.
Yes.
Okay. The next thing, one of the pumps at Hilltop lift station, the rotating assembly, went bad, it's got rocks in it. We don't know if it messed up the pump housing or anything itself, but when we were looking, and I called and talked to y'all, this Grumfos 50 horse pump it's a 4-stage 4-inch pump, was 50. TJ was able to get this out of New York for us for $15,000. If you look at instrument supply on the next page, just the rotating assembly, no motor, no pump, just the rotating assembly for the pump is $16,500.
with a lead time of 10 to 12 weeks.
And if you bought a complete new pump, I don't know how much that is, with a lead time of 24 weeks. We can't do that, we've got a pump down. But you got the pump and the 50 horse motor cheaper than you could have bought the rotating assembly. And to fix the problem that happened on that pump, as the piping comes up in that building, there's enough room to take out a 16-inch piece of pipe when it's all made up. And we're gonna put a strainer in there so they can, the rocks won't be able to get to the pump, that pump. I mean, you can't do it on the other pump yet, but the rocks won't be able to get that pump again if another rock comes down the line. There's been a few rocks coming in, there were some rocks, that's what messed this up. So, yeah, construction, I guess there was, years ago, there was a rock or two left in the line, and they're showing up at the, they ain't getting through the pumps, but anyway. So that is your pump at Hilltop. I mean, that is just the pump, and that's our invoice from them. We paid for the city credit card, and that does not have sales tax on it, so Brendan will have to pay the sales tax for $1,500. Have to pay the sales tax on that, and then his labor to put it in, and the rest of the fittings that it's gonna take will be in one of the bills like he gives you next month. This is something we called y'all about, if y'all make a motion on that, this is, hopefully that.
I'll make that motion. You did call us about it. We already
Yeah, I'll
discussed it.
second.
Roll call, Junior,
Yes.
Alan,
Yes.
Okay, the next thing, something up for discussion. I don't know how many of y'all, if you never worked sewer plant, it's not fun, but our drying beds out there were put in 50 years ago, they still work, but it's very labor intensive. To get a drying bed, you can put about a third of one side of our digester, so it takes 6 times to do that. Get the drying beds done, it takes, Brett, how long would it take y'all to get the drying beds ready to put on and then take off? You're probably spending 200 hours to take every batch on and off, and we've done one batch this year, we've got at least 5 more to do right now. It's a very labor, it's eating your labor up, we can't get anything else done for working on drying beds, and it's just been the way it is. In talking with the engineer and also our chemical company, who is the Americam has used this flow trend. They build a 20-yard box with filters in it, and then you put polymers, Chris, that you add to it to de-water. So you'll start dewatering your digest, you start putting that in the digestion, you'll de-water, and then when that dries, the county will come pick the box up, haul it off, and bring it back. You can dry, probably 10 times what we're putting on the drying beds at a time, maybe not that much, we haven't done it yet. But a tremendous amount in this box at one time, and then the county come get it, haul off, and bring it back, and we'll build it again. Your cost of the box, there's only one company building it, this is their quote, it's $46,000. It will cost us, $300 a load to get it hauled off. We looked at a trailer, so we could do it ourselves, $156,000. You'll never make the difference of 46,000, 156,000 up, and
What's going on with the grind? I mean, what's the problem with the grind beds?
you can still use them, it's labor intensive. If you wanna spend,
When I worked out there, we used to empty one by 10 o'clock every morning and refill it that same day. 2 guys, me and Kerrie, with a pitchfork and a shovel and a tractor.
If you've got a good, hot, dry, it has to be dry time, you can dump it one day, and in about a week, which you'll separate them, you'll go 1, 2, 3, and then you'll literally clean them out 1, 2, 3 days. It's about a week, you'll dump one day, one the next. I understand what Jimmy's saying. We pushed for this kind of thing a long time ago.
I'm just asking what's wrong with the beds, because we used to do it.
There's nothing wrong with them, Jimmy. We just,
Try
on
and
years
save
like you
labor.
have, like this year, like you have, that's wet, you can't ever drive them. You can't do it.
and this will be covered,
And unfortunately, with all the problems we've had in the sewer plant, we've had to dump on top of it and everything else, you know, we've got sludge sitting in that digester, it's gotta go.
we got dead sludge in the digestion's full of dead sludge both sides.
So,
You can either do this, or you can get dewatering boxes, rent them for, bring 6 or 8 of them in. Now Billy T had done that, bought dewatering boxes in, dewater, and haul off a lot more tonnage, so you're gonna pay for a lot more tonnage to go to landfill,
What's the charge of the county to come pick up the box?
$300.
What's the charge, what's the chemical gonna cost you, what I wanna know?
I did not get that number from him. It's not super expensive, but I don't have that number. He talked to me and said that, I can't remember what the kid's name from American is, but anyway, it's Marvin, was it Marvin you were dealing with?
Marvin, yeah,
It's
Marvin.
his nephew or something that's running the company, doing that now. He said, I've worked with several towns. He said, this sludge is gonna be harder to handle than normal. When you get back to live sludge, it'll be a lot easier to de-water than what you've got right now. But he said he'll check the sludge, you know, have the right chemical to de-water this with, but that will not be the same product you use when you get live sludge back.
We're at a point right now out there, I had to go out here and look at it for myself, that's why I did, but anyway, we're at a point out there right now, we've gotta get rid of what's in the digester so we can put something back in it, we don't have a choice. What Billy's trying to tell you is, this is a cheaper route, and this will be with us from now on, instead of having to pay probably $60,000 to get rid of it right now and us not have anything.
So you're gonna have to raise taxes.
Why would you have to raise taxes? Explain that one to me, Rick. Why would you have to raise taxes because of this?
You're paying for all this stuff that we haven't got.
So you're telling me that I don't have anything in my account to pay this right here, right now? You're telling me that's exactly what you're saying?
Yeah, that's,
No, you're wrong. That's bad comment.
they got enough to pay for it?
Yeah, we got enough to pay for this.
Well, fix it,
Well, that's what we're gonna do.
okay,
But the comments,
you know.
I'm just putting this out there as an option. If y'all wanna do like we're doing right now, we can do like we're doing right now and, try to get other work done. And this will pay for itself in less than 2 years in labor.
Looks like a no-brainer to me, it's just my thoughts. You got a guy that works at the water department that knows about it, you got another councilman that knows somewhat about it, and you got me over here just listed the whole thing. And I know the way numbers are going up on the cost of doing anything, I mean, hey, for instance, you buy a pretty nice carpool for $800 delivered. Save your money, you'd run out of money before you ever got there, $2,500.
Once you get this all empty, what you turn, I mean, how long would you turn, like,
2 days.
this right here, you're literally, you could probably turn around a trailer in what, Billy, probably
Could turn in 2 days. And you won't,
twice a week, easy, if the guys work through the week.
you may leave it set a day or two longer than that. What I need to do to get a $300 charge, if he comes and gets a box and takes it down and has to haul the box and bring the box back, it's gonna be $600. But like at the store, I got a trash box, and we can find whoever's got a trash box. Like when the city gets a box ready to go, I'll get him to bring me the box, and I'll pay the $300, because that's what they charge to bring and,
Yeah.
but they bring and drop off, they don't make 2 trips. And they told me at the landfill, as long as we got somebody to take a box, he don't mind going out there, driving a box at the store, and they'll me $300, going out there, picking the box up out there, bringing it back, driving out there, and then coming back to the store and picking up my box, or, you know, and we just gotta find somebody, so it would cost you $600, and he just takes it there and brings it back, and that's all he does. But we'll get him to bring it, find somebody in town that needs a box, and he brings it, drops it off, and goes, picks it up, takes that there and brings it back, and then comes back and picks up a full box, it'll be $300.
how many times you got to do this, so I'm just curious how many times this has to be.
This will allow you, instead of a dry bed taking you during the hot summertime, a week to dry and haul out of there, okay? That's just one dry bed, not 3. Okay, you can get rid of, what was it? I think that we were going over, it's like, you can do 2 dry beds a week now. You're doubling what you're fixing to take out. It don't matter if it's raining, don't matter if it's dry, don't matter if it's winter time. You're gonna do this year round now.
We can.
In other words, you're gonna keep your sludge up year round now.
If we get this box, what I would like to do is 1 day a month, decant the digesters, take 1 box a month and just be done with it, and not have a buildup like we got right now.
You also get rid of your processed sand.
Now, then here's another thing that we can do with this box. At the water plant, the sludge that comes, backwash stuff, we take this box up there and pump it out of this box, decant that water back to the sewer. and take that out that way. It'd be a lot easier. This box be used at the water plant, back where your backwash material goes.
He's talking about all the dirt that comes off, and the sand and the anthracite. comes
You'll
off.
pump all that back in, you put all that back in this box and take it to the landfill, we won't have to run it through the sewer system. Be a big help on the sewer.
What's your recommendation, Chris?
I don't wanna have to do this. I would rather just work it like it's always worked for years and years and years. The thing about it is, you gotta understand, we got 50 plus-year-old stuff that we're working with here, it's just.
Nobody uses
We
a
don't have a
dry,
choice.
nobody uses driving beds, so, cause anymore, it's too labor intensive.
It's the best route to go. We pushed for this years ago anyway, tried to, actually, our route was gonna be a two-water and a belt press, but that's way too expensive.
The reason it wasn't done years ago was belt press, to do it with, we still can't afford. This is something we can afford. We can't afford belt.
How much money do we need?
46,000.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion to buy, sludge box from Float Trend, $46,000.
Does this come with, them coming down and
The
showing them how to
gentleman,
use it and
the
everything?
gentleman from the chemical company said he didn't need them to come down.
So Marvin's gonna, or the.
Marvin's, whoever it is gonna come show us how to use it. He said, let me do it, I'll show you how to do it. He said, I'd rather show you how to do it, because it's all in the polymers you're putting in there, and the way, like, he don't want you to pump the box full, they want you to pump the box full. He wants you to put like 200 gallons a minute in it, because you'll decant better. You fill the box up, it's just like a drying bed, you can't refill it. But if you only put 200 gallons at a time in it, bring the level up, it's decanting all the time refilling. He don't want you to fill it up in a hurry, he wants you
Oh, I
to.
got you,
And he said, their flow trend gonna tell you to fill the box up one time and turn it off and let it decant 2 days and all off. He said, you get a lot more in the box by, he said, let me show you how to do it. He said, I've worked with 2 minutes, he said, he said, I'll show you how to run it where you get the most efficiency out of your money, because fewer loads of landfill we can get, better off we are. You're paying for this tonnage, we have to permit for this tonnage, we have to get,
The more you dig.
the more you take, right now, we're taking sawdust,
Less weight.
right now, we're taking sawdust. To get a drying bed, it's been so wet, to get the drying beds clean we've got, we probably haul off 40 yards of sawdust that we're paying for to go with that sludge to get it dry enough to get out of the drying bed. And we're paying for all that tonnage to go to landfill. Got a motion and a second, roll call?
Jimmy,
Yeah.
Chris,
Yes.
Elmer.
Yes.
Okay. Brett, you're up.
Fire department, police department would like to ask for permission to use the industrial park again this year for the fireworks on the 6th. Yeah. 6th, close the park like we did last year. Do our annual fundraiser fireworks show.
Need a motion or what?
Yeah.
What's the fundraiser gonna consist of? Because last year, didn't do too much.
It actually did.
The numbers didn't show it.
They did. Fireworks, and then, we won't do concessions like we did last year. So we got vendors this year. So,
Can't be a bad thing, can it?
No, it's good for the community.
It's good for the community, I just didn't know how much we were gonna put out for it as well.
we did, fire department didn't lose any money.
I'll make that motion.
Already made that motion.
Well, I'll second.
Don't be trying to make my motion. You're missing my motions, man.
Okay, roll call, Elmer, Chris,
Yes.
Jimmy, okay.
Okay. Rhonda, you wanna talk about, you're up?
I want to talk about pickleball. My name is Rhonda Elazar, and I'm saying that on behalf of my camera here, so everyone will know who I am. I think y'all already know that. About a week ago, I saw a Facebook post that said, we're coming to Glenwood for a float trip. What else is there to do in Glenwood? Okay, and I started to fire off something and say, oh, you can do this and you can do that, but I had to give it a little thought. My son and my grandson actually came to Glenwood last weekend, and by the way, he's 39 and he plans to retire in Glenwood already, he's planning it, with his 6 kids, hope they're out the house by then. But anyway, they came, they did the Lucky's float trip, and actually the highlight in Glenwood was going to Scallywags and getting a snow cone. The second best thing was going to the flea market. And then he went to Richmond Park and fished. Okay, so those were the highlights. And when I started thinking about it, what else do we offer? We've got the Slingers place that closed down. What else is there to do? Well, while I was in the flea market with my son, I overheard someone speaking about pickleball. So that's why I'm here today with Joe. Just a few things that I kind of did my own little research. There is a free website called pickleheads.com. Pickleheads. I encourage you all, don't laugh, that's what it is. And I encourage you all to look at it because on that website, it talks about pickleball and what it's all about. Now, I don't really know anything about pickleball other than you can put 4 courts on 1 tennis court, so that's a good thing. Or you can play. This website has a list of nearest courts. So if there's someone in Glenwood, one of the campers or somebody staying at Lucky's or anywhere in the area, they may go to this website and it's free to put public pickleball courts. So I'm just thinking of something that's economical for kids to do. Now, I looked up where's the nearest pickleball courts to Glenwood. There are actually 4 facilities in Hot Springs, 2 have fees associated with it, and one's a members only, that's at the Y. And the other one is public, but it only has 4 courts. The next nearest one is Arkadelphia, and they have 2 facilities that offer pickleball. And Washita Baptist University offers 6 courts, and it is open to the public for free. And Arkadelphia Parks and Recreation Center has 3 courts. Members are free, non-members is $5. And I'm sure that the members probably have preference to that court. Now, actually here in Glenwood, we've got the Nazarene Church that is, and I'm gonna let Joe speak to that a little bit more. From what I understand, they're always full, like packed. Another thing that I realized is pickleball is not an old people's sport. And I have to be honest, I thought it was, like, I'm not playing pickleball, it's for old people. Because you know why? They have tons of them in Florida. Where do people retire? Florida. But we've got so many young kids that need something to do. And you know what? We have a citizen right here in Glenwood that's willing to teach the game, and that's Joe. If you go to pickleheads.com, there's a virtual clinic, very, very, very short videos that'll walk you through how to play the game, okay? I encourage you each to do that, to figure out what pickleball is all about. So I'm trying to find out what the status of the work release program, I think it was 609 is what it's referred to. They were supposed to pressure wash the court and possibly paint it. And it's an economical project that would give the residents as well as visitors an opportunity to play pickleball right here. And maybe even one day bring some tournament play here and bring some more tourism to our area, which would be fantastic because the revitalization Glenwood project is going to be great for this community, and that would help that come along also. Now, I don't know where we're at on the pressure washing, but I am willing to volunteer to go pressure wash, whatever we need to be pressure washed. I just need to know if there's water, and the only thing I have is an electric power pressure washer. If there's power and water, I'll be happy to go and do that. So, Joe, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I just want a brief addendum, but I've already been up a couple of times to talk about it. I just went to get a shot in my eye in Texarkana today. I wore this shirt. Everybody in the whole waiting room was asking me about it. I got to see the doctor. He said, yeah, my son's playing. He says, where do I get a shirt like that? Camp Chaffee, I played at 7 o'clock the other morning. They had 8 courts, 4 people to court. There were 32 people out there and people waiting. In the evening, it was packed with people, kids, at all ages. This is for all ages. It's gone from 4 million to 48 million people in the United States. It's the fastest growing sport anywhere. The little towns all around Arkansas, there's a Northwest Pickleball Association, South Central Pickleball Association. There are more courts than Rhonda mentioned over in Hot Springs. I know people who retired from Rhode Island and they went to Hot Springs Village because they've had pickleball for 12 years down there. They got rid of their tennis courts. In Fort Smith, they just tore down the tennis thing complex downtown, got rid of the swimming pool. They're putting in about 12 pickleball courts. I talked to a tennis pro there one day. I said, when are they going to pickleball? He said, over my dead body. Oh, well, you know, and it's just, it will bring money to the community. It will bring people. Every time I go somewhere, they say, oh, pickleball. Yeah, I heard that. My nephew is playing. They're playing it everywhere, and it's true. And that's all I can say. It's just something that would be great for the community, and it'll attract people. I think it'll attract money when they find out, oh, they've got pickleball over in Glenwood. Let's go stay there. We can go down the river. We can play pickleball. We can do all the things that Rhonda was telling you about. I mean, I'm serious. This is something.
So
It's
what
going to be everywhere.
do you need from us?
We're working on it.
Really already working.
We're already working.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
I know it.
But I'm saying, is there something more that we're needing from us?
Well, you know, there was one thing I kept going over to the water department to find out if they got that grant for the holes and nets and all that. I don't know if that ever came through.
We didn't get it.
It didn't? Oh, okay. And of course, you can put up portable nets. You can get the poles and nets and carry in a bag. It costs less than $100. So people that want to play, they go put their own nets up there. Once we get the court clean, painted, marked off, put those up. I'm telling you, this will be great for this area. So, it's like Bismarck, we're gonna have it open in the fall. I've been to these other little towns up around Fort Smith, they're all going crazy, even over in Oklahoma. Very rural Oklahoma, they've got pickleball courts and, Poteau and places like that. Anyway, that's my spiel.
Okay, let me, city crew's got so many people to work. I sent the whole city crew, we spent a little over a full week down at Trestle Park. It's cleaned up now back to past the trestle. It's, we got all the washing filled in, the riprap put in, got all that cleaned up. We're extending the park, got the parking lot cleaned up to extend some more. At the city park where you're talking about, we put a new roof on the building, put all new playground equipment in it. We've got 10 new park benches out there, got it all cleaned up. We're now moving up, we're working on the Benjamin Park, trying to get that all cleaned up. I mean, this is a city park. We spent 3 days cutting the dead trees down. I mean, we are working, people. If y'all got, we've got a pressure washer lined up. TJ Jenkins is loaning us his jetter. He'll wash it 40 gallons a minute. I've just been trying to get everybody lined up. I can only do so much with the city crew I got other work to do for the city besides take care of parks.
Let me ask you a question, Billy. Is it feasible for the city to sort of play along to get along and maybe let y'all go get an outside, if it's such a raging sport, which I know it is, my daughters drive to Hot Springs and play it frequently, but to get a local business or two to donate, I mean, we raised $28,000 in 2 weeks for that flagpole down there, a close friend of mine did, with no government involvement at all. And had $4,000 left over after the project was completed and it was smooth. But very possibly, if it's that great of a sport, like I said, it probably is, there's probably somebody that would like their name attached to it in some capacity, or would like to make an anonymous donation for, what is it gonna cost? We're talking about $5 grand?
I don't know.
The permanent nets and all that are about $2,000 a course. We got 4 courts.
Then you gotta paint, then you gotta
Well, the city was gonna do that. I'm gonna get the painting and the pressure washing. I'm gonna get it painted. I mean, And it's
That
been,
would be
for
my
one thing,
advice.
since we started this first year, how much rain have we had?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's been impossible to work
Every
them.
week on
You know,
a weekday. there's
Skirt the
rain.
red tape is where I'm going with this.
Uh-huh.
Skirt the red tape part of it and not get bogged down in that and just keep on going. Have a pickleball, gonna have a pickleball someday. Might, reach out to some businesses, come back in the next meeting, say, hey, we got this person gonna donate 2,000, this person, you know, on the flag down there, which I know it's a different deal, because you got a lot of emotions tied to that, but, you know, it was like 15,000 the first 3 days.
The money would be nice, but the labor's what we need.
Right, I
Well,
understand that.
you know, as
But-
far as marking it off, we've got enough people that know about pickleball in the community. You know, the Reeves both are interested. I mean, there are like 15 people out of their church right now playing tonight. And they do almost every day, but they wanna get outside. Everybody wants to get, you know, when I started teaching this last summer, kids walked around the park, learned to learn. And I had about 10 or 12 kids all of a sudden that were playing there. And then when school started, you know, it was on, but still. But, we can mark it off, you know, I marked off 2 courts myself, just, you know, but they're not very professional, they're just, you know, they're wide, so you can play on them.
Billy, I was
But
just
what's really
thinking-
good is getting all this really good paint, and then we can mark it off and all that.
Maybe we could just co-op with them once, you know, a little bit or something, to some degree, because we're gonna want, you know, the maintenance to keep it up, but it's for the citizens, so it's a good thing.
Be nice somebody pay for this, we're
Right, that'd
gonna,
be great.
I fully intended on getting it pressure washed and painted on the city's, budget. I mean, we blew the park budget already this year, but, we were gonna get that done, and
Good.
I mean, it's not, I'm not trying to get it done, but I've had more rain, you know, I can't mow city parks when it's pouring down rain.
I had
And when
told
people get on Facebook and run us down for the way the parks look, I can't mow when it's been raining for 3 weeks and the mowers get stuck. It's dried out this week and we've got, you know, we worked on the city park every day this week, up here where you're talking about. It's cleaned up, but the big thing up there was cutting the 5 trees down. I mean, we cut some 36-inch trees down, it just broke my heart. I had to get somebody that's a professional cutter to come cut it, because we got an 18-inch, no, 24-inch bar chainsaw, wouldn't even start to cut the tree down. But we're working on stuff, and next week, I've got to get to the industrial park and get that park cleaned up, and I've gotta start working on sidewalks, because we got a gentleman gonna finish pouring sidewalks back the 1st of July. So it's just a matter of priority, and we're gonna get the pickleball courts done. I've gotta get some sidewalks fixed that's messed up, and I gotta get my crews, I gotta leave a crew on, working on sidewalks. And if I get caught up with the 409s I've been driving, 309s, whatever they're called, 309s,
609.
but when I'm gonna get any of them, they said we can't have any of those, we can just have some regular pruners, so you're not gonna get the quality workers that I wanted. We can't have any of those, but we got a city employee we're paying a wage for to
Really.
give them 2 days a week.
Question, if, it's a real simple question, if they reach out to some local people that we're not going to, but if they reach out to some local people and the city's not gonna stand in their way of putting this thing in, are we?
No, we're gonna get the courts pressure washed
Oh,
and
yeah,
painted.
it me right putting in 2 of them, which I did, you know?
Yeah. So obviously, he's been doing all he can do, but. that would
Just
be-
to know that we're in line, we're
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
That we're good. Just to
working on
let me
getting
know
it
we're in
done. I
line.
just-
The one I put in was very professional, you know, I just
Yeah.
went along with the marker and measured it. But these ought to be good, if they're painted, you know, and.
I mean,
yeah.
I can paint, I just can't draw a straight line, but I can roll, I can paint.
We can mark, we can get
Okay,
it.
you mark it, I can paint it.
Catty Hill School kids have offered to come help us paint it.
We had a few people that couldn't walk.
I mean, I can get it done,
I
I just
love
gotta
to
get,
paint it.
I'm trying to get things done, and we're moving on, but.
Is City Park open now? I know y'all had it closed for maintenance, is it now?
It was closed, it was cutting trees down.
Okay, it's open now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we should line up something like a community day, and let's go out there, mark a day on the calendar, and gather a bunch of people up.
Very good deal.
Far enough into the future.
See how
and
much
make all
you raise
plan on
between
it,
now and then.
And let's go out there and let's just get it done.
Do what now?
See how much money you could raise between now and then, and the city's not gonna stand in your way, you obviously can't roll into a random park across the United States and just start doing that kind of stuff. But if the city's giving their blessing on it, you know, and willing to, you know,
What does-
we're gonna be, have to co-op it just by force of nature. It's, you know, you've got more traffic, more people, more, you know, so.
I mean, you just look, go up there and look at what's happened in City Park, the city budget got spent in that park already this year. We had to put a new roof on the building, I mean, it's, go up there and look, we've got a lot of work done at the city parks, if you go look at them, there's a lot of stuff been done, and we're gonna keep doing stuff. And the pickleball courts they'll get painted pretty quick. Now, then that's not the nets, we need the nets. Did somebody have get some money raised to buy we don't need temporary nets up there, cause the first guy comes up with a temporary net, they back them up, and they take them home with them, and they ain't there. If they ain't fastened down up there at that park, they ain't staying. It won't be there in the morning, I can guarantee you, cause anything that ain't nailed down up there moves.
When I meant temporary nets, though, it was, people bring them in a bag and they set them up in like 5 minutes, and then they take them off.
If we didn't have permanent nets up there, we could do that.
It would attract more attention with the permanent nets, because people come by just like a tennis court, and they'll say, look, there's a pickleball court, let's go out and play.
Yeah.
Okay. We're well aware of it and want to work on it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next item on the list, y'all will talk to, Brett about the SCBA's. It's not there because I didn't get it in until after we got that printed. Did I pass it on? His SCBA's, and what he would want to do is take his Act 33 money over the next 5 years and pay for the, and it's, $80,000 for his equipment. And he's wanting to take and pay it out, and if you pay it out in 5 years, the funding that the company that's got, this furnished SCBA is 5.98%. If the Glenwood Bank would do it along that amount or less, I'd rather us do it through them. But we'd agreed on letting him finance this, and this is what it is, he'll pay
Is
for
it a
those.
fixed interest, or is, I mean, what I'm saying?
That's a
is-
fixed interest for 5 years, 5.98.
Okay. All right.
If this is what y'all agreed, he's got the prices
Total
that
amount
good
paid is
finance.
what matters to me on that one, because some of them companies, I run into some of them just in business over the years, that they might advertise a 5.9 interest rate, but the way they do their interest, it's, if you pay it off a month later, it's gonna cost you an enormous amount, it keeps compounding on itself.
And he's got a processing fee in there, that's all, $1,299. I don't think a local bank would charge a processing fee.
Where'd he go?
Just the total amount paid, Billy, all I'm saying is, the total amount paid, we're paying $1,000 a month, and you multiply it times however many months, the total amount paid, and you see what the bank's total amount paid is what really matters.
I personally think you can get a local bank to finance it for 6%,
It's
I
not
think.
gonna
But
come
anyway,
from the
if y'all approve this,
A year, it's $19,313 a year
They've got
for 5 years,
for 5 years, from,
and what's the cost?
$80,106.
I'm saying, what's the cost before, without the financing?
80,000,
No, yeah.
and then you multiply.
Are we still gonna be able to fill these bottles with our gas system we got?
Yes.
See what the bottom line is on the amount.
No upgrades to it or anything like that, none of that? I wouldn't think so, but.
We'll multiply 5 times 19.
Here you go, Alan,
Yes, sir.
96,000, yeah.
that's if we went with them,
Yeah.
so $16,000.
Is that on the amortization?
Well, it says here, 5 annual payments of $19,000, that's $19,000.
Okay.
That's what they give you in your contract.
What's that, $1,200?
I just would like for us to be sure, because some companies are really good at this, and I don't even know this company, but do the total amount paid from a local bank and the total amount paid from these people, see which one's our best option.
Oh,
You could go the other route.
Before you order it, I'm gonna definitely check with the local banks and see what's that interest rate.
What'd you say? Check with them.
The other one was, the other route, that other one was 102, 103.
Yeah, we can't go 7 years.
We have to pay off.
We have to pay off.
Yeah, I say we see what the bank's got.
If y'all make a motion to do it, I'll see what the bank interest is, and if it's equal to or less than, keep the funding in home. He's financing this through his, locking money that he gets every year. All right, excuse me, 833, excuse me.
What does he get?
We do about 23
Hey, but I'd like a little bit more
but
information.
they only allow us to get a loan at 33 for 5 years.
Okay.
That's why I said you have to double that.
Okay.
Where do you go? Is he like?
We're not.
He had to go get his kids.
We're not up against the deadline, are we?
I'm not sure.
Well, there's a few things in here that really.
NAPCO.
Why don't we, the facts are a little bit loose on a couple, why don't we table, make a motion, we table.
I'm
this,
assuming, I'd like to talk to him about it, because I'm assuming what he's doing here, is he's only got 9 mass marks. I'm assuming you got 4 main balls in one truck, 4 in the next, and I'm assuming you got probably 2 extra balls somewhere with 2 masks. So that covers your mask, plus you got 4 extra on that truck as backup, and 4 extra on the other one.
Put 3 units to the truck, there's 9 units. You got 3 trucks.
Yeah, I understand, but the one big truck in there holds 8 bottles,
You gotta have a bottle on every slot. You gotta have a bottle.
and then this
You
one,
only
right-
get
and the next
19
one next to
bottles.
it.
Some of the bottles are still usable. He's not getting rid of all of his
That
bottles.
truck's that one
He's just
truck.
getting rid
Well,
of
he's got it priced to get rid of, get all of them.
18's not all the bottles he needs.
And you got 8, 16, and then there's 2 in that one. That's 18.
Okay.
So I'd like a little bit more information on this. I wish he would have been here, but anyway.
Where's he at?
He wouldn't get his kids at church.
I'll make a motion to table it, till the next meeting, because we're not up against the hard deadline, it's, already almost through 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
And it's $80,000.
This, we already knew them now. He was just looking at the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd already told us what he wanted and all that. This isn't anything.
Right, I remember the meeting well, but there was 2 or 3 variables that was kind of.
That can't be passed out, but that is your CDs. If somebody wants that, Brenda have to block out all the accounts. You can get a copy of it, you can't have a copy of that. That's your account numbers and your CDs. If y'all want a copy of that, Brenda has to block you a copy out if it's got the account numbers on it. But that's just all your CDs and interest are drawing out now.
And those are the.
I've got a lot of this. I think you did all mine.
Oh, you
There's
know,
one
it's
sheet.
Just one sheet.
That's all I see.
That's it.
So we've got
That's all.
one.
Did we did we renew that one that was in April? I hope so.
So the bank school, they want to bid it or not?
Yeah.
And the first day,
We've got some that are coming due in July.
When is that one? We redo that?
That one is due.
That is an account, that CD is a
I remember that.
1980 CD for $1,400 and it pays 4.65% interest and ain't been renewed
I think.
since 1980 or 90. But it's paid 4.65% through thick and thin.
So we got some coming up next month.
Yeah, we need
Oh, no,
to
yeah.
definitely
No.
check that one right there.
Yeah. August and September.
Right, what are these 2?
To me, this $1,400 CD, I'll put that on the other one, instead of leaving it there, but it's still in the, bank. It's in the vault, it's in the safety deposit box, and I think it's a 1980 that pays 4.65%, and leave it alone, it's paying 4.65% when you wasn't getting any interest, so. But it's only $1,400.
this is for information purposes currently?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only thing I had a question about, is that one right there.
We got something that's gonna have to be redone. Ryan was doing a good job of getting all these redone, keeping up with
I
it.
like the new rates. Up top, the ones we redone.
I almost bet you that's probably supposed to be a 4 there instead of.
Which one?
Yeah.
One under
The
sanitation.
one in sanitation.
If not, we definitely need to look at that, because that would be that point, it'd almost be worth us to take the
Yeah.
penalty and just redo it, you know, if that's the case, so.
That looks like the only one that hadn't, well, you got one other
Well, you got one other-
maintenance one up there.
Yeah.
Some of them are due.
But that is due this year.
Two or
The
three.
one I was talking about is not due until 26.
We got 6 due this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost all your CDs are good. We're
Yeah.
not doing them over a year.
They're looking good.
That's just for information. Just like I said, if anybody in the public wants that, we'll just, she'll have to, you have to get it tomorrow, you can get a copy of it. It's gotta
I'll
have
second it.
account number.
I have a table on a road, on the SCBA, that table.
Oh, you need to vote.
You vote?
And it's,
Yes.
Chris Allen.
Yes.
All right. Anything else? Take a motion to adjourn, or entertain a
Make
motion.
that motion,
to
we
adjourn.
adjourn.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Kerrie, Chris
Yes.
Allen.
You need a second? You need a second on that?
Maybe one